G'day, I'm Dave Downey. You know, I picked up one of these smokers a few years ago. They are absolutely fantastic. I cook everything from pork to chicken in it. It's a great hit at every barbecue I go to. I've brought it down to the local park today just to show you how to use it. I'm going to cook a couple of chickens. We'll start off by making up a marinade, and then put the chooks in, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Now I'll start off with about 4 litres of water. That's how much I'll need to cover the 3 chooks I'm going to cook today. Now to your 4 litres of water, I add 1 cup of brown sugar and half a cup of coarse salt or rock salt. It's very hard to over sugar something, but it's very easy to over salt it. So just be careful with the amount of salt you put in. If you're using chicken pieces, use less salt because you'll find that it'll impregnate the pieces a lot more. They will be too salty. One thing I like to do is prick your chook. Now the purpose of that is to allow the marinade to soak in. You'll find that the sugar will put a glaze over it and seal that, but while it's marinating, it does allow that marinade to go right into the chook. Now all that's left to do is put the chickens in the marinade. I like to put them head down so that the juice goes right inside them. About 24 hours for whole chooks. If you're using chicken pieces, probably only about half that amount of time. And most of the better quality smokers have got a bowl in the bottom. The idea of that is to put water in. That allows the moisture to stay in the smoker, stops the food drying out, just allows a bit of steam to permeate through the smoker. Now the way these smokers work is you put the wood shavings in the bottom, put a lid on top, turn the gas on, and that heats the shavings, creates the smoke. Now there's a whole lot of baloney about what sort of wood you should be using. In fact, you could pay ridiculous prices for exotic types of timbers. Here's my take on it. It makes no difference. The smoke flavour overpowers everything. I use old hardwood bearers that I've got in my shed. I just happen to have a surface planer that I can run them through, but just about any way you can create wood shavings or get them from your local cabinet maker. Just make sure that they're not softwood and that they're not treated. They have to be hardwood. The whole idea is to create as much smoke as you can, so I like to fill the tray to the top and actually pack it down a little bit. Put the lid on top, and then the whole lot just goes in on the rack in there. That's ready to go. Okay, the next thing to do is start the smoker before you put the chooks in. If you put the chooks in now, what happens is as they heat up, they start to cook and they seal on the outside and the smoke doesn't get in. I prefer to get the smoker absolutely smoking like mad, then put the chooks in. Now you notice it's just starting to smoke. That generally happens at about 150, 160 degrees. We'll let it go a bit longer than that until it really is smoking a fair bit before we put the chook in. It's up around 180 degrees and you can see it's really starting to smoke a bit. It'll probably smoke more than this as it gets hotter, but we'll put the chooks in now. Just be careful, this is an oven and it does get bloody hot. Probably not a good idea to use it when you've had a few beers. About 3 to 3.5 hours, it'll be ready to eat. Now because you've had the door open putting the chooks in, the temperature drops, it'll stop smoking a bit. Close it up, leave it for about 5 minutes until it starts to smoke again, then turn the temperature down as low as you possibly can. Well, it's been about 3.5 hours on its lowest setting. Let's have a look and see how it's cooked. Looks pretty good to me. When you're taking the chook out of the oven, try and keep the juices inside it. Helps to maintain moisture in the chook. Now, one of the important things to do is wrap it up in alfoil as soon as it comes out of the oven. That locks all that moisture in, and it steams in its own juice a little bit, makes it much more tender, much more juicier. Now, right or wrong, that's the way I smoke chooks. This smoker is probably a little bit elaborate to take away with you. It's more designed for home use, but there's lots of smaller, portable smokers that you can take away camping. They're fantastic for smoking anything from chook, even down to fish.